All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Government Cheese Party. We're going to get into a couple of conversations here. We haven't actually just sat and have a conversation with y'all in a while. So I figured it was due time for us to go back into these conversations. Yeah, we need a break from
y'all. Too much drinking.
Yeah. We realized that all
of us
are over 30.
I don't know about that.
They want some more.
That bottle right
Too
now.
much.
Yeah.
I wish I was Luke.
He wants it to
Luke, I am your father.
Like Thor.
I'm like,
turn the hammer in.
I'm lazy like old man. I still drink like a young one.
It's all right.
Yeah. But so I guess to go ahead and just get into it. What y'all think about this debate? Oh my God.
All I can taste, sir, is that. Oh man, let me tell you.
That debate is crazy though. I mean, if you think about it, it's like looking at it like the pettiness that was in that debate was like over like childish pettiness.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the dang on person is telling you to be quiet and let the other person speak.
Well,
just fucking do it.
Well, that's the thing. It wasn't a debate. I mean, if you want to go right down into it, they had it set up like it was like a town hall debate or whatever, or I don't know what the actual thing format was supposed to be. Don't really matter what it was supposed to be because it was no type of formal debate whatsoever.
Right.
It was just
answer any questions.
Answered no questions. They rambled. Yeah. Trump interrupted and got bad and all mad. And he's
Biden did
he's old man.
Some points, but I think at those points when he was interrupted,
right?
I think he was just doing it to get back.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, yeah, because Trump started out the gate just not giving a damn.
Right.
And Biden trying to
debate out the window of what it actually was supposed to be.
Right.
I feel kind of bad for the person that was in charge of that.
I'll be honest with you. If I was Biden, I would have went after Trump, and I would have went after the debate guy. I would have went after both of them. I would have said, if you're not going to get him under control, then this is not only your fault. But now I'm going to do whatever I want to do.
Well, and the thing is that he was trying to get Trump under the control.
That's what I'm saying.
With respect still. Like he didn't get disrespectful to a certain extent, I guess.
But here's because here's the thing.
Trump. So like that's kind of what. Well,
here's the thing. In a debate, the mediator is the authority.
Yeah, he is the authority.
He's the authority.
But what are you? Okay, he is absolutely authority in that moment.
Right.
But you got to think about it. That's the president. So you. I mean, it's, either way it goes, he was still trying to be respectful. He did not want to turn into what Trump was acting like.
No,
donkeys.
No, what I'm saying is
pretty much what he was acting.
What I'm saying is what should have happened as a mediator. You should have made it clear. Just like a prize fight, just like anything. If you're not going to adhere to the rules and go all the way out of line, it's over.
Right.
The debate's over, and it's your fault that I'm going to stop this the debate. If I'm the mediator and I can't mediate, then I have no reason to be here. And if I have no reason to be here, this ain't even a debate no more. Shut it down.
Saying that he should have
shut the damn thing down because
any more questions
because
both of y'all. Apply what y'all agreed to do.
Well,
exactly.
Well, it's also along the lines of what Dave was saying. It's just like y'all agreed that y'all was going to follow what the mediator was going to say to begin with,
and y'all didn't do that.
And now all of a sudden, now the mediator has to like interrupt. Having to sit here and reinforce everything that the mediator said beforehand.
Right.
Yeah, no, he just sat there and said, "See you later." Man.
They shouldn't even allow it.
Put his foot down.
Exactly. They shouldn't, because the only thing that happens is something like that. It's the same. I don't want to step on nobody's toes and get anybody pissed off, but it's the same way how some parents just they let their kids run the house and they give in and stuff like that. It's the exact same thing. And in that situation, you basically said, well, I'm gonna let this kid, since he's making the most noise, have his way. And that's exactly the type of stuff of just stubborn brat like mentality that a rich white boy that was given everything gets. Trump basically threw a fucking tantrum. That's what he did the entire time. He threw a tantrum, and Daddy didn't say nothing. And another guy sitting over there. Okay, well, I'm a man, ain't I? Well, you expect me to sit here and just take it? Because if I do that, the next thing that's going to be said about me is that I was weak.
Right.
So you put him in an impossible situation.
I've read a couple of people. I have, like, on my Facebook page in particular, I do have Trump supporters on my Facebook page.
I work with
so
them, so yeah.
I've seen them saying that, well, I want somebody that could be assertive. I want that's not being ignorant. Assertive. It's ignorance. And it's I don't see the assertive. You get what I'm saying? Like, right. I don't see it at all. I see an ignorant man.
See a brat.
Like,
right.
7-year-old brat.
I see an ignorant boy. That's what I see. I keep
like, honestly, if y'all want to come up with a definition of assertive man or quote unquote an assertive personality, you know what I'm saying? How about y'all look it up first before sitting there trying to pin it on somebody that you so-called want? Like, I hate when people just don't know what the definitions of any of the words that are coming out of your fucking mouth.
Right.
Yeah. You don't know the definition. Don't use that word.
You want to talk about assertive? I mean, you know, there's plenty of, you know, definitions of assertive, you know, debaters.
He didn't back down. He didn't back down. But he did not follow the rules. And that's what y'all all trying to put into everybody else's head. Oh, well, this is what's going on. They're all corrupt. They're this. They're that. They're this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you want it to go right, you need to follow the rules.
Just like the word conservative. Period. Go look that up. And you come back and tell me what it says about the definition of conservative.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they, you know, it all comes down to, for me, is that they, by just the same way we was talking about silence is complicit and stuff like that. Right. You know, it's the same exact concept, is that you award these just loud talking ignorant people the freedom to bully
other people, like,
you know, men that in another situation will probably handle somebody like that. Right. But you can't handle nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. It's like you're a real man.
You're patting bad on the back.
Right. Yeah. By allowing. It's the same. It's the same way. Like when you get people, like you said, like somebody like with a gun is the same as you know, like making your gun your manhood. You know what I mean? Like yo. It's when you take stuff that ain't real,
right?
And then and you turn it around, or I won't say it ain't real, but we take something it's not about what you're placing it at. You put it in a certain position or a certain definition. You give it a certain definition that's not true. But because you say it loudly and ignorantly, and nobody says anything, well, they're gonna take it as, oh, well, I must have been right because no one said anything, you know what I mean, or no one did anything.
You're not correcting the wrong.
Well, here's the other thing too that really irked my nerves during that debate, and I barely watched even a little bit.
Yeah, I turned it off.
It was that there was no answers to none of the questions.
No.
None of the questions.
Learned nothing.
We learned nothing.
It was a waste of time.
Exactly.
A big waste of time.
As I proceeded to almost click off the TV, I was like, Jesus, I have killed majority of my brain cells within the 5 seconds. He told me
a few times that I was killing my brain cells, but I had to watch it only because for firsthand I had to see the ignorance that you know what I'm saying, because I can't just take. I mean, we've talked about it before. We can't just take what the news hands us because sometimes the news can be one sided.
Right.
So,
but it don't take that long to realize to
right?
see what's
It
going
doesn't.
on.
It didn't take very long for me to realize it, and trust me, like once I did realize it, it was more of a I'm on my phone playing the game and kind of listening to it, but I'm
Right.
not looking at it. It was one of those situations, and
I tell you, I got to the point because I heard it was on a little in the beginning, and like I said, it didn't take long for all that bull to start,
right.
and then I was in the back doing something else. Like I was playing, I think I was playing my bass and just doodling around on that,
Right.
and then I come in at the end, well not the end, but like around the end, like maybe the last half hour. And I mean, it was like
a continuous battle.
it was the same exact thing. And I did watch it all the way up until I watched up to a certain point, and then I left and came back again. I saw the very end, and I saw I saw Biden say something crazy. He said something crazy.
Yeah, well, no, he
did it earlier.
I died when he called him. I was just like, yes. Take a word,
right?
Because that's what he was looking like. He was a clown up there, like
seriously. But again, I like that he did that. But what I don't like is that he didn't put the entire event on blast.
Yeah.
The entire debate. If he would have did that
after the fact, I think
it didn't matter after the fact.
Right. I think after the fact, he said that. He did admittedly say like nothing got answered.
Right.
He said it was something else that he was saying.
I was embarrassed
watching like that. I think he was embarrassed and shit.
Right.
Because it was
should have did it right then and there.
He second thought it. I guess maybe because that's the first time a debate like that was set up for what it was set up for. That's the first time that it truly went left the way it did for him. The last time it went left though is when Trump was cutting off Hillary. Right. So it's always Trump. Trump is the common denominator.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, because Trump don't know how to debate, yeah. But because again, he's a child. Yeah. But again, with the with Hillary, see there like Trump Biden went at Trump harder than Hillary went at Trump.
Yeah.
So
it was more accepted though, and we talked about that. I mean, they have talked. It's more accepted.
It was a lot of
Biden coming from Biden than it was for Hillary.
I don't know about that.
I don't truly believe that. And the reason why I say that is because with Hillary being a woman,
right,
she's expected to carry herself a certain way in the public's eye,
right.
Regardless on which way you look at it, as a woman, she could have said the same things that Biden said, and she would have got scolded harder for it.
I don't know. I mean, like for some people, yes.
For some people, the public eye is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that's in our views.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like for some people, possibly yes. Yeah. I agree. But I've talked to guys who didn't like Hillary. I didn't like Hillary.
I didn't really care for her either.
But
like at all.
But of course I'm not.
You're right. We ain't stupid. Yeah. But she still got voted for. But
right. but one thing I did see was that there were just men who just wasn't ready to have a woman president.
Right.
But also I did see where her her inconsistency.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Those.
And those guys that I work for that actually said that hey, if she would have
came harder,
yeah, it would have impressed them.
She was worried about the public perception.
But that's the thing. That's the thing.
That's a woman tendency too, though.
And that's fine.
That's some women. I can't say for all, right? But it's some women. That's a woman tendency. Like you.
But she's a though. You can't give her that out.
Yeah,
you can't give her that out. She's a feminist, and I don't got nothing against real feminists. Like there's these hardcore extremist feminists that I will not give the time or the day, none of it. But I mean, but I don't have no problem with anyone who says that hey, I should be treated equally, and and here's my reasons. Of course, all right, yes.
There's a lot of speculation that's on it, and she could have had so many different views or outlooks that people had been feeding to her
Right.
in her campaign.
And yeah,
so
there's that.
herself out in
Yeah,
the
but
debate.
I'm just talking about just the way it looks now. It looks like now is that you got Biden. Biden didn't get no points for that.
No.
You know, Hillary
But-
didn't get no points for
Yeah,
hers.
but let me just tell you that Trump subtracted a lot of his. So
Well,
you got some of them. He does have
the ones that's already with him.
Right?
The one that's already
does,
with him is the only one that got excited
does,
about that shit.
Right. He has several ignorant followers, but he does have some very conservative followers. Do you
Right.
get what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm pretty sure, and I can almost guarantee that he lost some of those because of that.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Because they were looking at Trump because he didn't really do as hardcore with Hillary as he did with Biden. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like he literally was just bluntly being disrespectful. To bring up a son, he was just like, yeah, I'm proud of my son. But then to bring up the son that he knew had a drug addiction, like, that wasn't okay.
Right.
It wasn't okay. You don't go for the people's families. Because he could have possibly went for Trump's family, but he didn't do that. Because what can you tell me that Trump's family has actually done for the world?
Right. He's a sleazeball.
You can't say it.
Everything he did was sleazy.
And the funny thing about all of this is that Trump still hadn't shown any of his tax returns.
Right. Yeah, Biden brought that up. He did bring that up. Anyway, but I think that's still, even then, that's okay, good points and stuff like that. But I think that's not the point. I don't really give a fuck what he pays in taxes. Honestly, I don't care. I want to know what you're going to do for the people.
I get that.
What are you going to do to change what is going on right now?
But what I'm saying to you is that it's funny. It's funny how every single president that has ever been president of the United States
had to report that shit.
Right. But all of a sudden, that one still hasn't got it.
It's funny. It's funny to me, like,
which tells me.
But do we know for real that he hasn't reported it though?
Huh?
Do we know for real that he hasn't
reported what?
His tax forms. He hasn't reported it to the correct people that's supposed to see it. Just because we not seeing it doesn't mean that it wasn't reported.
Then he'd be in jail.
I hate Trump.
But the IRS would be up his ass.
I get it. I understand that, and I'm not saying that they're not. But what if it is? You know how he always wants to holler fake news,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
if the last 10 years, if it was the same excuse, wouldn't it never popped out of his mouth like he did in the debate?
Yeah. Well, the same. So, but I'm just saying. There's a lot of stuff that
if he had, it could have been already.
Think about this though. We're riding them out for taxes, but when they listen.
I'm not saying anything about riding them out with taxes.
We thought that it was wrong when they came for Obama for his birth certificate.
Look, number one.
But then we don't think it's wrong for somebody to come after him for his.
Number one. First off,
if you're not, I'm
not riding him out for any of his taxes or anything. I care less.
I'm talking about people. I'm not talking to you personally.
But he's trying to make a point.
But the fact is that all these presidents before and after have always given up their tax information besides one.
Give me the information where it shows that all presidents gave up their tax information.
What?
Give me the information.
You don't have to. You just
wait a
tax
minute.
information.
There's it's been reported. There's never been a president that refused to do it, and it's always been requested.
Okay.
So
that's what I'm saying. Show it to me.
Well, you want me to just stop this?
Show it to y'all. We all got phones.
Okay,
They all smart.
So I'm going to do every president.
No. You can just randomly choose one.
But that's the thing, though. You can remember back Barack Obama.
Barack Obama. They were targeting his. They were targeting
just his birth certificate. They weren't targeting his tax return.
Right.
So,
we all agreed
like,
neutrally that it wasn't right for them to target their birth certificate.
okay,
like that,
I mean, obviously, but again,
I'm just
you're
saying.
talking about birth certificate.
I'm all about fair. I don't give a fuck if I like you or not.
Compared
fair
to
is fair.
a tax return.
Okay.
Fair is fair.
All right,
and no matter which way you look at it, I don't like to make it to where it looks like I'm just on one side.
You're being hypocritical. I know.
Right.
You're not trying to be the hypocrite, but what's been? It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. You're talking about someone who's refusing to release documents that every president has released. Barack Obama released his birth certificate. The argument was that it wasn't his real birth certificate, which was bullshit.
Right.
So it has nothing to do.
I'm trying to figure out where I seen that at. He did say that. He said the right people got it. He
right.
Said it. Yeah.
Who, Trump?
Yeah.
Then it would be.
He said, it would be public notice, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Out there in the public. But if him being president, he's already done stopped so much stuff.
I mean, the fact that we've already come up with the quickest news ever, like boom, boom, boom. So if it was been already released and everything else,
it's not even necessarily released.
We should already see it by now.
Released as in like to the public?
Yes.
No.
Why does the public need to see it?
Okay, like everything else that's being reported,
but it's
like everything else that's been dug it up.
People are nosy.
Hold on, whoa. So,
but you're the president of the United States. If you're going to represent
me, did you think that it was okay for Clinton to get head in the dang Oval Office and lie about it?
Not to lie about it.
Okay, but
I mean,
it was none of our business that he got in the head, right?
Again,
but the public felt like that was our business.
Yeah, because he lied about it. The whole reason why
I was pissed that he lied about it. But the original everything, they wanted to know what he did in the Oval Office. That ain't nobody's business what he did sexually in that Oval Office.
Well, I mean, but again, I don't know who. That's probably the Republicans and the Congress that was doing that. Most likely was a political thing, right. But he lied about it. That's what made it a national thing, a national thing.
Because I mean, you think about it, any man in the world.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I don't get it. I'm not.
I didn't do that shit.
I'm not saying I don't get why he lied.
Yeah.
But
he lied.
He's the president of the United States. You know what I'm saying?
But then, okay, that goes into the titles.
Right.
Seriously.
Right. So, they used to mean something.
It doesn't.
And that's the problem that we have right now. That's literally the problem that we have right now. Nothing is sacred.
I worked you up hard, didn't I?
I'm trying to figure out where you're going.
I was trying to get to that point. Everything has changed so much.
Right.
That I'm just like, I want to get down to the point where
that's a weird way to go about that.
It was. And the reason why I wanted to go that weird route is because I want people to open your eyes and really research this shit. Don't take people's words for it. Look for this shit.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on if you just got people just at random telling you.
Right.
It's not you can't go off of everybody's word because again, that the word that you get from this person, they could have just got it from this other person.
Right.
That's what you call the gossip rumor.
Right.
Like it's gossip. It's just getting spread around. You don't know what's true and what's not true.
That's part of it. That's a big part of it that the people don't do their own research because that's the whole point. That's why Trump is doing so good right now is because and nobody's second guessing anything that he's really saying.
Nope.
Right. But here's the problem. Yeah, you need to research everything, but here's the other reason why. Here's the other part to that.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to research it, you got to know how and what is credible information.
What sites are credible?
But here's what I'm saying. The sites and all that stuff, it don't even matter. It don't even matter really because everybody's going to have their own spin. We live in the times of spin. Everything is spent in some way. Everything is biased. So at some point you got to say, okay, what makes sense? I get all this information coming from all these different places, and now I have to figure out what makes sense to me. I got to take information from here, take information from there. They both say this is the facts. Well, what is similar about these things? What's the same bullshit? You got to be able to critically think about this stuff.
The thing is that what makes sense to you doesn't necessarily make sense.
That's where the conversation happens.
Yeah.
Because I have conversations with guys all the time at work. And some of them I can do this with. You can't do this with everybody.
That's what I do.
But
John Z, that's you, baby. I do it with him all the time.
Jeremy Morrow, that's my boy.
We go back and forth, but we have to talk about this stuff, and I have to listen to what he's saying,
right?
Because he is a Trump supporter. So, like, I have to listen to what he's saying,
right,
and get an understanding to what he was saying. And some of what he's saying is very factual.
Exactly.
And I'm like, whoa, like that's crazy. Exactly. That's how factual.
That's why. I've said it before. I don't like Trump. I don't like Hillary. I can't say I don't like Biden. I kind of like Biden. He's kind of funny, but as far as like, I don't really.
Sleepy Joe.
Right. If he wouldn't be my pick to be president.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? To me, Trump is like the Republican Hillary. To me. I don't really, and like John McCain and them. I love John McCain, and there's things I didn't agree with him, but that's all about politics and all about views and all that stuff. But there's always a certain amount of respect there.
I liked Bernie, but I didn't like.
I love Bernie.
Views. Yeah,
I love Bernie.
He was awesome.
I love Bernie.
Some of the views were a little eccentric. And so, like, I think a lot of that. Like,
I think we need some eccentric. Trump is eccentric. Trump is way out there with a lot of stuff that he be talking about. Yeah. Now what he's done is that's a different thing. Same way with Bernie. Yeah. He could talk about what he wants to do, but there's only so much that he's going to be able to do. That's what I love about Bernie is that he talks about all like this dream of America, which that's what Trump's running on, a dream of a vision of something.
Obama,
you know what I'm saying?
On that dream too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So everybody has that.
Comes in there,
but what's
have that dream?
You gotta have it.
If you don't,
but
you don't
Hillary didn't have that.
She didn't have that.
She didn't. Her dream was very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Very one-dimensional, going down one line. Women. That's it. That's all. That's the only thing she was really worried about.
You know what my dream of America is? Just look in my eyes.
Don't look too deep into that. But
yeah, I mean, now and I want to go ahead and say, oh Lord, I want to go ahead and say, where we are praying for the Trump family, because they're with the whole COVID-19 thing. I am praying for them. They as human beings, even though I don't really care.
I'm letting go
for them. I am praying for them. I will keep them in my prayers with the COVID-19. But in saying that, I kind of blame him for having the COVID-19. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
How
he bragged in this debate about how he got the most people at these rallies, right? Most people at these rallies, all these people that's in there ain't got no damn mask on. And said he told Biden it's because I got more supporters. No, Biden was just being smart. Biden was just being smart. Idiot.
Put a mask on.
Put a mask on. I don't understand.
Here's my thing.
He says he wore it, but I mean, you ain't wearing a damn mask.
Here's my thing. I try my best to be a Christian. I do. But and I'm just a quick little journey into my little journey into my journey. It makes any sense.
Wow. Journey?
I think every Christian goes through a time where he or she has to say, oh yes, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to live my life, give my life to Christ and all that. True. But God tests you.
Oh yeah.
God tests you. And there's a certain point I think all of us go through where we say, okay, I'm not what I need to be and as far as being like Jesus.
Yes, Lord.
And we all have to come to this realization. Okay, I got to be honest with myself at where I'm at for me to change to be able to be where I need to be.
And
Okay,
I am not
okay,
where
Pastor
you can
Dave.
spit on
All
me
right.
without me beating the hell
You
out of
see what I'm saying? But we know that's something that we have to.
Preach, Pastor
Hey,
Dave.
what I'm telling you, and no, but we all have to go. We all have to have that battle that we have to do. Now I'm in a place where if I'm going to be honest with myself,
Wrong time.
with when it comes to praying for Trump, Ivanka, I pray for everybody. Everybody.
Our next door neighbor.
Everybody that's been around him
Mm-hmm.
and it's been affected in that White House, I pray for.
Yes.
Trump,
You're not praying for him.
he need to pray for himself.
Let me just say this, but I'm praying for him only because I'm praying for his ignorance.
Out of obligation?
Yeah, I mean, it's not even just obligations because
That's one reason I would.
I think I'm praying for him because I'm praying for him to come out of this
His own okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's really the true prayer that I have for him.
Well, see, I've been praying for that.
Yeah,
for long. Yeah, so that's that's not even
I
new.
found out that he was going to be the president of the United States.
Yeah.
I started praying for his ignorance.
Right.
So, like, I mean, and that's true stuff right there. Like,
but he made his own bed with that.
He did.
He with all
and he got all these followers. Now I wonder what they're thinking. What are you Trump supporters thinking right now? He has coronavirus.
Half of them think it's conspiracy that he don't. Some of them think that
your president is a liar. So what? How does this work?
Well, they'll probably say something like, "Oh, that they told him he has corona, but he don't really have corona." They really gave him the flu or something and told him it's corona. They got most of, I say most, but a lot of his
double-edged sword, man.
a lot of his hardcore people, constituents or whatever you want to call them, they don't believe that it's real.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's automatically going to be a conspiracy in their mind.
I mean, and honestly, the way they are looking at it, they saying that this is a political move. That's how
they think they think it'll be all over after the election. That there won't be anything else.
As soon as the election is over, it's going to disappear.
Come here. I mean, I'll walk you down to a good buddy of mine's house and COVID-19 and kiss him in the mouth.
Right.
See if you don't get it.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Until they see somebody directly affected by it, they're in that denial stage.
Right.
And I mean, I'm sorry, I haven't physically seen anybody get hurt by it, but it doesn't mean that I'm not believing that shit. You got to be messed up.
Whoa.
If you telling me,
hold up. First off, their life is in the denial stage. Let's just face facts.
Yeah. I mean, we live in these fantasy, days where it's like everybody only believes whatever they.
So they still believe in unicorns?
They their form of unicorn is basically Trump and his hair. Trump. Yeah, his they think that's like a unicorn.
That's the
horn for them.
Yeah, the great miscolored toupee.
Yeah, whatever that thing is on his head.
I'm sorry. I'm selling stuff on Facebook right now, y'all.
Right.
I'm sorry.
The point.
Money is tight.
Hey.
COVID has touched my pockets deeply.
Hey, that's the main point we're trying to make is that money is power and
yes, it is.
Cream, cash rules everything around me. Dollar bills, y'all.
And cheese stays yellow.
That's the whole point of the debate.
Yes, that is the whole point of it. So, y'all, thank you for joining us today. I'm sorry that we have to go ahead and jump off.
You know what? On a final note, I'm sorry you guys had to sit through this painful and excruciating episode. It has been painfully and excruciatingly painful for all of us to sit here and literally talk about this brainless and mindless and just self-deprecating way that it just.
The next episode we'll try to make.
I mean, my God,
he's done. We love y'all.
Mercy.
Come back and see us. Please do not forget to like, subscribe,
and drop your drawers
and hit that notification bell. Don't drop the drawers.
If
If you
hey,
do, I can't see you anyway. So
Yeah,
it don't really
yeah,
matter.
I don't
Go ahead and
care.
do what you gonna do. But again, we love y'all. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Come back and see Government Cheese Party. We love you.
I love apple pie.